Hello everyone. So today now we are going to see about the operations on decimal numbers. Okay. So what are decimal numbers? That we all already know decimal numbers and decimal fractions. We are going to see various operations we carry out on decimal numbers. So what are the operations we are going to learn are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, so decimal number, introduction, part, place, value, and all everything you all know. Right now in this video we are going to focus on the operations of decimal number. Now addition and subtraction are similar, just that the operation changes. So whatever rules are there, it's same for both of them. Only thing we have to keep in mind is the operation we are going to do. Okay, so let's start with addition and subtraction. Okay, so with example only I will teach you. See, 124.73 added to 74.617. Okay, now the operation is addition and there are two decimal numbers, so we have to add them. Now what we are going to do, the first number, that is 124.73, we are going to write as it is. First number we write as it is from left to right. Now while writing the second number, very first thing what we do, now just check for the decimal point. Is there a decimal point? Yes, there is a decimal point. So we will give the decimal point first below the decimal point. That is the first step of addition and subtraction of decimal number. Give first step was to write the first number as it is from left to right. While writing the second number, we have to give the decimal below the decimal point. Okay, decimal below decimal. Now on to the left side. On to the left side of the decimal, it's 4. So we will write 4 first, and then it is 7 on the tens place. So we'll write 7. On to the right side, it is 6, 1, and then 7. So one by one we'll write 6, 1, and then 7. Now wherever there are blank spaces, we will put zeros. Okay, so wherever there are blank space, we will put 0. Now let us add. Now before going on to the adding part, I want you all to see the logic behind this. Now come back over here, let's revise it, the basic addition subtraction. Suppose the number is 121 plus 74. Okay, so we write 121 plus and then 74. So unit same, tens tens, and then 100. So unit tens tens, and no 100, so 100 is alone. 100 places single number 1. Okay, this way we write. We never write 121 plus 74. We never write like this. We always write the units place number, the digits in the units place properly, and then we do the operation, be it addition or subtraction. Same logic we are using over here. Now if you see before decimal, this is units, tens, and hundreds. Units, tens, hundred. Same way in the second number, units, tens, hundred. Since there is no 100 digits, so we put a 0. So unit, the digits are in the same units column, tens in the same column, and hundreds in the same column. The digits are same. I'll write over here units, tens, and hundred. So the digit should fall in the same place. That's why we put a decimal and decimal first, so that we do not make a mistake over here. Now coming on to the right side, as we have learned the places in the decimal numbers. After the decimal, they are tenth, then hundredth, then thousandth, and so on. So same way, tenth we have written in the same column, hundredth we have written in the same column. Then there is no third digit, but there is a third digit after decimal in the second number, so I have written. Wherever there are blank space, we put a 0. Same thing we are going to do in subtraction, only the operation will change. Okay, now let's just add. It will be 7, 4, 13, 9, 9, 1. Decimal below decimal. This is the answer. Okay, now if, like, without following this rule, few of you might do like this, first number left to right, which is correct, but while writing the second number there is a mistake of writing like this, 74.617, and then they add, so 10, then 9, 10, then 7 and 8, and then they give decimal. Yes, this is wrong. We have to follow this part. Same thing we'll see in subtraction also. Okay, I'll use the same number, 124.73 minus 74.617. Okay, again the rule is same, from left to right. Now what is the next step? Yes, to write decimal below decimal, always. Now this we are following when we are doing only addition and subtraction. We have to follow this only when we are doing addition and subtraction. Now before decimal, yes, 4 and 7. After decimals, 6, 1, 7. 0, 0 for the blank space. Now let's subtract. Can we subtract 0? Can we subtract 7 from 0? No, we cannot. So 2, 10, this is 3, 1, 1, 0. We cannot subtract 7 from 2. This becomes 0, 12. Where should I give the decimal? Yes, in the same line. Now if we would have not put 0 over here, directly what we would have written 7, which is wrong. So that's why wherever there are blank spaces, make sure you are putting 0, be it addition or subtraction. Now let's see the multiplication. It is very easy, similar to the normal multiplication of the numbers. Okay, example 1. Let's take 575.219 multiplied to 72. Okay, now this multiplicand and multiplier. Now multiplier is not a decimal number, it is a whole number. This is a decimal number. Okay, so directly I'll start with the sum. Now in this one, when we are going to write the second number, no need to write the way we wrote in the previous operations. No, directly the way we write in multiplication, same way, first number as it is, second number below. Okay, here. Now normal multiplication, how we do the multiplication, same way. So 2 9s are 18, 2 1s are 2, plus 1 3, 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10, 2 7s are 14, 15, 2 5s are 10, 11. One number is done. Coming on to 10, so we put 1, 0. Okay, now cut this. 7 9s are 63, 7 ones are 7 plus 6, 13. 7 twos are 14 plus 1, 15. 7 fives are 35, 36. 7 sevens are 49 plus 3, 52. 7 fives are 35 plus 5, 40. Now let's add them up. Now here is the rule. Okay, now we saw multiplication was similar to the like how we do the normal multiplication. It's similar. Now since it is a decimal number, we have to give decimal somewhere. So where we'll give decimal at the end in our final answer. Okay, now how to give decimal? No, don't give in the same line. Don't apply this logic in the multiplication, because if the multiplier is in decimal, that time it might go wrong. So we'll use the different rule or different trick. So see, after decimal, how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3. 3 digits are there after decimal. Is there is a decimal in the multiplier? No, there is no. So in total, after decimal, how many digits are there? Only 3. 1, 2, 3. So from the right hand side of the final answer, we will count 3. 1, 2, 3, and we give a decimal point. Okay, now you will say that it is coming in the same line. So you have to use this trick, because if the multiplier is also a decimal number, then you might mess it up by giving the decimal in the same line. So let's see one more example of the multiplier which is a decimal number. Example 2, 681.2 multiply by 3.4. Now both numbers are decimal numbers. Again, write the number as it is. Here also 3.4. Okay, now normal multiplication how we did before. 4 2s are 8, 4 1s are 4, 4 8s are 32, 4 6 are 24 plus 3 27. 1 0. 3 2s are 6, 3 1s are 3, 3 8s are 24, 3 6 are 18 plus 2 20. Now add 8, 10, 6, 11, 3, 2. Now as per the rule, if you will say that come into the straight line and give decimal over here, no, our answer will go wrong. Okay, you can check in the calculator afterwards. As per the rule or as per the trick which I have said before in the previous sum, what we have to do, count the number of digits after the decimal. So in first number after the decimal, how many digit is there? 1. In second number after decimal, how many digits are there? 1. So 1 and 1 in total, how many digits are there? 2. So we will count 2 from the right hand side. Okay, 1, 2, and then give a decimal point. See, it is not coming in the same line. That's why I told not to use the same logic of giving the decimal in the same line, because it changes in multiplication operation. So in multiplication, the multiplication part remains same. Only thing changes is giving a decimal point. How to give decimal? Count the number of digits after the decimal point and count it from the right hand side in the final answer and give the decimal point. Now let's see the division part. Okay. Now division, 128.45 divided by 50. Okay, here The dividend is decimal number and divisor is a whole number. So let's do it. Again the division is also same. 128.45 divided by 50. So directly we have to take three numbers, that is 15 15 eights are, okay, 15 eights are 120. Now when we are taking 4 below, since it is after decimal, whenever we are taking a number which is after decimal below, at the very same time you have to give decimal in the same line in the quotient part. This part is what is our quotient, okay. So the moment we take the first number which is after decimal below, that very time you have to give a decimal point in the quotient in the same line, okay. Now 84. Now let's divide again normally. So 15 5s are 75. When we subtract we will get 9. Now we are taking 5 below. Now you will say 5 is also after decimal. Should I put decimal again? No, we don't put decimal twice, thrice. Decimal point is given only once. So 15 6 are 90. Now there is no number to get anything below. So what should I do? Yes, since there is a decimal in the quotient, and as we all know the basic thing of decimal number, that ahead we can put as number of zeros as we want, the value remains same. So if there is no number means what? There is a 0. So 15 3s are 45. Again it will be 5 and again, so the 3 is going to be recurring. So answer is what? 8.5633 and goes on. So this is how we do when the dividend is the decimal number and divisor is the whole number. Now let us see when both are whole numbers and it is the remainder is not 0, then how to do it, okay. Let's take 75 divide by 12. Now none of them are in decimal, okay. Still our answer will come in decimal. 75 divided by 12. We know 12's table. 12 6 are 72. 3 0. Now is there any number to bring down? No, there is no such numbers. So what we will do, we will give a decimal in the quotient and we can take as many zeros after that as many we want, okay. The logic behind over here is 75, we can assume it as 75.00000. The value is same, 75.000, or just 75, it is same, okay. So instead of doing this writing here, what we can do, directly we will give a decimal point in the quotient and take 1 0 over here in the remainder part. Now it has become 30. So 12 2s are 24, that is 6. We can take the second 0. So 12 5s are 60. Now if we keep on taking this 0, it will be 12 zeros are 0. So the value will be same only. Answer is what? 6.25. See, the dividend and divisor both were in the decimal, but our answer is in decimal number. That's how we can do the division. Now you will be asking, what if the divisor is also decimal? That we will see and will learn in the class.